President Biden has directed his administration to send additional firefighters and aid to Canada. He spoke with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau today. The White House says more than 600 firefighters and support staff, along with additional firefighting resources, will be sent in response to those raging wildfires.
Those wildfires making the air in New York City look like this again today. Smoky, in some cases orange in color. The Big Apple had the world's worst air quality on record today. We go to Philadelphia now, where a haze hung over downtown for hours this afternoon, and it greeted travelers at the airport too. The conditions here won't start getting better, we're told, until tomorrow night. And of course, the scene in Cleveland tonight. As the sun was setting over downtown and Lake Erie, the haze and smoke still floating over northeast Ohio tonight.
And with that poor air quality over the past few days, it is no surprise that once again, the fastest selling items are face masks.
Amazon and retailers like Walmart and Home Depot say they just can't keep mask supplies in stock right now. These masks are the same ones most people were wearing during the pandemic.
Wow, here we are again. Something totally different, obviously, those face masks coming in handy. It is now 11:15. So Matt, you were telling us earlier, 19 days and counting, but things are looking better.
Yeah, things are looking better. At least there's some light at the end of the tunnel. You know, when you go into a drought, you don't know that you're going into a drought. It's just been dry. We don't know how long it's going to be dry. And so we've been eyeing this weekend, obviously, over the last week or so for a chance of rain. And it looks like it's going to come to fruition late Sunday is when we finally get some relief. So let's get you there. Let's start you tomorrow morning, shall we? Some more hazy skies around. It will be another comfortably cool start. Hopkins this morning was at 46 degrees. My goodness, a lot of outlying locations got down to the 40s. And we'll do it once again tonight. We'll have hazy sunshine, comfortable conditions. The one thing about this north wind is that it's been providing low humidity. I mean, we have virtually no humidity, and we haven't had it this spring. We had a couple showers earlier this evening out in Ashtabula County, some raindrops reaching the ground. This right here, I think these are midges again. They're just kind of roaming out over the lakeshore, but that water temperature right near that midge hatching temp, which is in the low 50s. So I would imagine we have some midges out towards Lorain right now. You notice the shower activity, there's not much of it. Remember, I said we have dry air in place. So there's not a lot of Gulf of Mexico moisture or anything like that, but this is the same low we've been watching for the last week, just sitting and spinning. The good news is it's starting to elongate. It's kind of unraveling. That's the good news. So that means this thing is dying, and eventually it's going to be kicked out to the east. But we've got one more day of a north wind and one more day of the smoke. And you'll notice the air quality alerts. Yeah, I mean, we've been dealing with this all week. This is not news. It's more of the same. And here's the latest smoke forecast now, bringing in a couple more plumes overnight tonight. The fires continue to produce smoke out here in southern Ontario, and that north wind carrying it right through Ohio for much of the day tomorrow. Your Friday evening is going to have some haze around. If you're sitting outside, perhaps getting dinner, we're going to have to deal with that same air quality. And then Saturday, things start to change. Saturday morning, still some haze around. Afternoon, still some haze around, but it should be improving. And by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, we should be welcoming back some blue skies. But the thing is, we're going to have clouds because that's going to be our next chance of rain as that front begins to approach. So let's get you there. National Design Hour by our forecast. Cool start tomorrow morning. North wind continues. We'll have lots of sunshine tomorrow. Again, hazy sun. We'll have more clouds as you get out towards the east, but that rain chance has gone away for northeast Ohio. Remember, we were tracking a couple spotty showers in our eastern counties last night. That has changed. We're going to be dry tomorrow. Temperatures up into the 70s tomorrow with more sun. Here's your Friday evening plans. Looking good. We're back down into the upper 50s and low 60s for lows. New team in town. Hopefully same results. Astros coming to town. 70 degrees around first pitch tomorrow evening. Good night at the ballpark. Should be comfortable. We'll have a light northwest wind blowing in from left field. So there you go. All right, let's talk rainfall. Rain-free streak. I mentioned 19 days. We're tied for 9th longest right now in terms of the streaks that we have to, perhaps try to get into. I like standings and I like being number one, but this is not something we want to be number one in. We're probably going to settle at 21 days. All right. That means we're dry tomorrow. It means we're dry on Saturday, and that's in the forecast. So 21 days would put us at 5th place all time for dry streaks. And most of those you saw are in September or October when you expect it to be dry in the fall. This one's during our growing season and the start of it. That's the problem. This was last week's drought monitor. 74% of the state was abnormally dry. This is the one that got released earlier today. Notice the new shading on there. That's moderate drought. 62% of the state is now in a moderate drought. That means we're in a drought officially. Cleveland and Cuyahoga County, though, that's the exception because we had a thunderstorm that sat. It was during this time a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where the thunderstorm just sat and produced rain in Cuyahoga County. So they've got a little bit more moisture. There's your number, though. This is the number we need to make up on the year. So we're anywhere from about 1 inch to 4 inches below average over the last month and a half or so. We can do this with a couple good rain systems, and we have them coming our way. Slight chance of rain tomorrow. I push that little graph down, but you notice into the weekend. Here's your Sunday into Monday. Real good shot at rain, and we continue the rain chances after that. Low pressure finally exits. Here comes our next system. If you have Saturday plans, great, it's going to be awesome. Sunday plans, they look good too. We bring in rain late day Sunday. This area low pressure going to come right up over Ohio, perhaps some soaking rain Sunday night into Monday. The low will then pick up and swirl over the Great Lakes. That's a great place to have it. We should dry out Monday temporarily before the low comes back with more rain in here Monday night into Tuesday. That exits, and we don't go dry after that. We bring another system in here later next week into the weekend. That may be a low pressure that sits and spins over Ohio. This is great news for farmers, gardeners, everybody. In terms of rainfall, not the most, but better than where we've been. Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. It's going to be warm, even a little humid Saturday and Sunday out ahead of this moisture. And there's your rainfall chances. And then eventually we'll deal with more rainfall by next weekend. Guys.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot.